Okay. Already right. Oh, also, let me just say this before we start, and that is, when I put this course together on the Thinkific platform, I thought I was being really, really clever because, you know, everything on the internet is a setting, right? In Zoom, it's a setting. If you get the setting wrong, everything messes up. So when I did it, I found the setting. I didn't want people to enroll after Monday at noon because we would have already started. So when I hit a setting that it expires Monday at noon, I thought it was for people registering. What I have since found is that people have tried to go on to watch the recordings and it says it's not, they don't have access. So I went, oh my goodness, like what's going on there? So I changed the setting. Apparently that meant that everybody didn't have it anymore. So I changed the setting so that people have it. And the strangest thing, I cannot explain it. Most people have the access. A few of you might not. I can't explain it and I can't figure out who does or who doesn't. To say that if you go in to watch the recordings and it says you don't have access, you just message me, you text me, you email me. I will immediately give you access. You do have access, you do have the recordings, you have them unlimited, they're not taken away. Okay, so I don't want you to panic. You just let me know and I'll have to go in manually and open it up. Okay, so sorry about that if it takes a couple extra seconds and it's annoying. It is for me too, and I have no idea why that happened. So that being said, let's continue on. So let's start with our feet. 4 fingers from the heels, 3 fingers from the big toe ball joint. And just start to notice now this week, like if you're starting to feel, I don't want to say comfortable because this is a very odd position, but maybe you're starting to feel it a little better now. So let's bend the knees here. Give me a nice knee bend, beautiful. Connecting to tailbone, we're pulling that tail down, which automatically brings that belly in and up. Nice. I'm going to put my hands gently on my rib cage and I'm just going to lift it up. I'm going to shift back into my heels. Good. I'm going to drop my arms, keeping my ribs up, and I'm going to think turn out from here. Now, if you can connect to ankles out, do that, but you don't want to be all the way on the outside of your feet. Middle last 3 toes. All right, let's do a hand away and a hand away. Everybody's looking down. I'll give you a second to check. In other words, I don't know if you can see my feet here, but in other words, you're not like that. You're not way over on the sides of your feet. Okay, can you see what I'm doing, Lori? You're not. You're still, even though your ankles can be pressing out, because the feet are this close, you're about middle last 2 toes are still on the ground, okay? Hand away, hand away. Sorry about that, guys. Hand away, good. Bear claw, let's roll back. Let's bend a little deeper, come to here. I just like to start with clapaways because it gets us in a nice position, lets you feel that twist of the wrist, elbows are forward, wrists are back, and let's just do 4 claps. Fingertip touch, pull back, feel that at the pecs, 3 and back, 4 and back. Terry, I'll tell you what, when I do that, I get hot, just doing that. So I'm gonna stretch my fingers out. I'm gonna go down to a flat back, but I'm gonna use palms today. So you can either use it this way or flat palms. I'm gonna slide down low on my tush, like my big finger is at the very bottom of my tush. I'm gonna push in, press down and lift the girls. I'm gonna pull my elbows to the back, trying to touch them in the back of the body, letting the shoulders roll back. Untuck. So you're arching that tail, you're in a flat back, your knees are out, and tuck your chin back towards your spine, and let's hinge over to a flat back, to wherever you can. I'm gonna go down lower. Do if you can, and you just go to wherever you can if flat back is not available to you now. Arch the tail up, shoulders are down, elbows to the center of your body. Shift back, thigh bones are out. So now I'm going to try to straighten one leg, but I'm going to go over just for right now onto the outside of that foot. The whole inside of that foot is going to lift, and then I'm going to bend both of them out. And I'm going to do the other side. So I'm going to really rotate to the outside of the foot and drop. That's how we do it in Ladybug. Roll it out, so you're just getting another little variation, and bend and straighten, and then shifting back. Thumbs inside, fingers outside. Here we go, push down and curl and pause for a minute. I'm going to give you a ladybug variation of primary back stretch. So you're down here, you're curled. So remember, you're curled and not leaning. Flip, release the hands. Flip them forward in a jazz hand. Now you're just going to keep the elbows close to your body and you're going to pull them back. So your elbows are back, elbows in close. Pull the shoulders away from your ears. Then release that, thumbs inside, fingers outside, pulling up and arching. So it's just a little tiny variation for something a little different. Nice work. Shift back, look down. Here we go again. Push down, curl, all the way till those arms are straight. Release the legs. The flip, jazz fingers, pull the elbows back, shoulders go back with it, tucking chin. Release that, hands back, thumbs inside, fingers outside, pull up, arch, and give me a nice hinge. Looking beautiful, girls. Last one. Shift back, look down. We're going to do a dive. So here we go. Push down, curl. Good. Release, flip. Now pause there. Pull back like we just did. Elbows behind you. That looks beautiful. Lisa, you're leaning, baby. Bring your upper body up and think about more of a curl. Nice. Okay, now take those arms straight up from the shoulders, palms to the ceiling. Jazz those fingers. Feel the difference now. Then go ahead, hook the thumbs, reach forward. So that was just a tiny little variation. Making sure here, I want you to shift back. Feel at your heart space between your breast. Press back there as you reach the arms forward. So it's a pressing back there, reaching arms forward. That's going to stretch you at your mid-back. Nice. All right, release those thumbs. Grab on, hold on. Pull up and arch. Now here's the last little variation. I want you to allow your upper body to hinge down, relax your head down. Now take your hands behind the knees. So you're not taking them down to the calf. You're going to grab on behind the knees. Now you're going to pull your elbows in close to the body. And with the pressure of the hand on the knee, elbows in, pull up. So the shoulders are going away from your ears. Really tight there. You might end up even shaking. Lift the head gently, let it drop. Keep pulling up on the hands. Lift the head and let it drop. Let's curl up. Keep holding on behind the knees. As you start to curl up, once the arms are straight, give yourself a little tug. Then flip, release, jazz, and roll it up from there. So that's just a little bit of a ladybug twist for you and little shoulder rolls. Yeah. It's always good to have a little variation. All right, you guys, shake it out. You might want to grab some water. And now we are going to start oil wells. Okay, so oil wells is a great move. Releases back, does a big shoulder roll. Very nice. So let's first get our legs in the right place so that we know how that feels. Then we're going to work on upper body before we actually put it together. So the legs are actually shoulder width apart on this one. Now, where you put your legs are actually going to be important for how you work in that lower back. So I, again, like to just draw my arms straight down from my shoulders, kind of take a look. That's about where the heels are going to be. We'll adjust from there because some of us are more narrow in the shoulders. But go ahead and give yourself a knee bend. Shift back. Good. Lift your toes. Now on this one, you will be lifting toes and pressing down the big toe ball joint. Okay, and then with the big toe ball joint down, you are going to rotate out at the hip. Now it's a little hard here until you've hinged over. So here's what I want you to do. Take, like you're going to sit in a chair, hinge back. Okay, pretend like you're going to sit in a chair. You can put your hands on your knees so you can protect yourself. And then take a look in this down position. What are you looking like? This is what I mean by that. In this position, toes lift, ball joints down. Knees are out, but you're looking, you want that knee to be right about the middle of your ankle, which is about between the second and third toe. It's like we call it drawing a house. So let me just look to see where you are. So if one foot is too wide, I'll just show you. If my leg is out here too wide, my knee is on the inside here. If it's too narrow, it's too far on the outside. So that's why it's really nice to take a minute and just see where you're at. Good work. So you know what, Lori? You're right in position, but you just look kind of narrow to me. So even though you're in a good position, take your feet out just a little wider because you have really narrow hips. I think you'll find that to be better. That looks good. Yeah, right? Doesn't that feel better? That looks better to me. All right, as I'm looking, everybody looks good. All right, so now just climb yourself up your legs, keep them there. So now we have lower body, okay? That's about where you wanna be. And of course your toes, your feet are parallel, and that looks great. Now, on the original basic, when we did oil wells, Teresa went down, if you recall, she's in a flat back, she went through the legs, and then she did this big shoulder roll, and then down. Let's play with the shoulder roll for a second standing. So I just want you to hook your thumbs. The hooked thumbs with this is really important on this one. And take all your fingers together and press them to the center. The reason that is because you're going to reach through, come back, we're going to roll up. So you want to have equal activation on your thumbs, pulling both ways. That way, as you roll up, you're not overcompensating. You want to make sure that when you roll up, the hands in the center of the body. Okay, that's just a little thing. All right, so here's what I want you to do. Bring your arms down slight diagonal here. Pretend like you're in bed. Just pretend like right here, you're going to reach the arms through the legs. So reach the shoulders forward. There's your between. Good. Now, as you come up, you're going to hunch the shoulders. So hunch them up, bend the arms. This is what you're going to do back. Now, hands are here. You're going to pull the shoulders back. Notice how your elbows are in close. Shoulder blades slide down your back, and then you're going to straighten to come back again. Nice. Let's just do it one more time. Keep pulling the thumbs. So it's reach through, big, shoulder roll and down. Good. That looks great, you guys. Just one more time so you can connect. Reach through, big shoulder rolls back and out to straighten it out. Nice. Now, the harder part of this is that when you go over, you're going to be in a flat back, okay? With long torsos, I know that's challenging, but flat back. You're going to know if you're in the right place, if you're not curled under, if you don't feel a stretch on your hamstrings. If you're not stretching the hamstrings, you don't have a flat back, okay? So that's how we're going to know. So from here, your knees are out, okay? You're going to come on over. Come down to a flat back and pause. So your knees are over your ankles, shifting back, big toe ball joints pressing in the ground, thigh bones are out, your arms are directly underneath you. Beautiful. Now, relax your head, let it hang down. I want you to take the arms through the legs. Mine are about mid-calf, but whatever yours are fine. Keep those pressing the thumbs left to right and allow your head to roll down with you. Don't hold it up looking at me. Now you're going to come back to a flat back. The arms start to come under your shoulders. You hunch those shoulders up. You bend at the elbows, hands are up. You pull the elbows in close to the body, which pulls the shoulders away, and you drop those arms straight down again. Let's go again. You ready? Reach the arms through. Let the head go. Let the shoulders go through. Then you come back flat back. You're arching that tailbone, hunching the shoulders, arms, bend at the elbow, hands up. Shoulders come back, slide down your back, and let them go. Now, let the shoulders hang down, relax your head, curl your tail. Keep pulling on those thumbs, okay? You're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time. You're pressing the arms down, trying to pull apart the thumbs, keeping the knees bent as you roll up one vertebrae at a time. You're going to, at one point now, have to bend the elbows out to the side. Nice. Bring those arms all the way up to here. Excellent. So just make sure now your knees are bent, your tail is down, thigh bones are out. You can lift toes, press ball joints. I like to lift my arms up a little higher, and I want you to think you're lifting up here first. Lift from under the ribs, pull the elbows back and release. So it's an up and back. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm lifting my ribs and pulsing back. I'm lifting and pulsing back. Now that's not exactly how it is in basic. In basic, it's just pull the elbows back. But what we since learned is this is so good for fascia stretching, lift and back. And then just come back to here. Good work. Ta-da! That's oil wells, okay? Give me a thumbs up. Did anybody not feel a stretch in their hamstrings? If you did not, give me a thumbs up. Okay, I'll work with you after on that then, Rhonda. Okay, all that means, let me just, well, because this is what that means. That means you're doing this. You're curling the back and you're not arching the tail, okay? That's exactly what happens. And we feel like we're doing it straight, but we're not. All right, so that being said, you can play with it on this next one. The only thing different on this one is instead of doing big shoulder roll, all we're doing is, now this is, she did this in Ladybug. So this is really good for lat activation, which is good for hormone and menopause fluff and all that good stuff, okay? So instead of doing big shoulder rolls, okay, hands are here, knees are bent, so get yourself in your horsey stance here. Thigh bones are out, toes are lifted, good work. So we're gonna reach through, then you're just gonna come back flat back, and you're just pulling the shoulders back and down. That's it. So think, reach forward through the legs. Come back, arch tail, shoulders come back, then slide them down and lift the girls. That's it. You want to try it? And by the way, who told me they were really hot? Terry, I'm sweating, girl. You're sweating, I'm sweating. Just letting you know. All right, so here we go. Thigh bones out, reach, hinge on over. Let's come all the way over, flat back and pause. So just looking down at the legs, making sure knee and ankle straight, ball joint there, arch that tail, arms directly under you. You're pulling your thumbs and pressing your fingers. Now let the shoulders drop. Reach through the legs. Now, by the way, when you reach through, you are not bending the knees at all. Nothing happens lower body. Relax the head. As you reach through, just keep pressing the legs out, thigh bones out, shoulders through, relaxing head. Now you're going to bring the arms back right underneath you, flat back, then think shoulders. Pull them up to the ceiling. Now you're going to slide them down and think ribs up. And then release them. Relax the head. Let's do that again. Reach through, trying to pull the thumbs apart. You're going to bring those arms right back, flat back. Pull the shoulders up to the ceiling. And then think, slide those puppies down towards your tail and release. I'm going to have you come up. Let the arms go down. Tuck your tail. Doesn't that feel good? You can actually reach the arms down. Try to pull the thumbs apart with the curl and slowly roll up. So you get that nice stretch across your shoulders. Notice when you roll up, are your thumbs, the hooked thumbs, should go right up your midline, as opposed to pulling too much left or right. It goes right up your midline. Just come to here. Shoulders down, push to here. Lift up to here. Bring them up. We're going to lift up from under the rib cage. You ready? Reach up and back and release. Nice. Reach up and back. Thigh bones out and release. Nice. Last one. You ready? Reach up and back and release. Good work. Now keep the thumbs pulling. Bring one leg in. Bring the other leg in. Hand away, hand away. Stretch her up tall. Knees are bent. Give me a flicky. Flick the calf. Just flick the legs. Flick it. Flick it. Flick and flick. One more time with the flick. Little lift. 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 See if you can stabilize that core as you lift. Think tail is down. Tail is down. Ribs are up. Knee and ankle. Pointed toes. One more time. Each side. Good work. You ready? We're going to curl and hunch. Good, good, good. And let it go. Beautiful, you guys. So those are the two options for the regular oil wells. Now we're gonna play with the senior fit oil wells, okay? I personally really like these better. It's such a nice stretch and you're gonna get to curl and scoop, which is always a good thing. So feet are still at the same distance though. So I like to kind of turn here so you can kind of get what we're doing. But again, putting your hands above your knees. So checking, feet are shoulder width apart. Toes, of course, are straight, narrow on the sides. Shift back. Again, it's kind of like you're gonna sit in a chair so that your knee and ankle are in a straight line here. You're shifting back. I like to put my hands here above the knees so I can kind of adjust my feet just in the right place. Lift my toes. Press the ball joints and then turn out at the hip. All right, so from here, that looks nice. Take your arms now and bring them out at like a diagonal. So you're gonna feel a stretch here in the lats. Then hook the thumbs, press the pointers. Very nice. Now, from here, just begin to curl your tail under. So you're pulling that belly button and curl under, reach the arms away. That's a beautiful stretch right there. Now, as you start to curl up a little bit more, begin to bring those arms down in closer to your body. Fingers are still low. Then bend the elbows out to the side. Fingers are down. Now, you're going to roll up, trying to pull the thumbs apart, one shoulder, one vertebrae at a time. Now, flip your palms so your fingertips are up. Come all the way up, knees are bent. Get your shoulders back. And to here. So you want to keep your thumbs together on this one, Lori, and ribs are up. Yeah, that's okay. You might have had some issue. It's fine. So it's this. Let me just show you real quick. So it's here, roll up, shoulders back and down. That's kind of the thing. So you're still doing a big shoulder roll, and that's what it looks like. Good. When you come up, you want to make sure you keep those knees bent so you're still in that stance. So that's just a nice way to begin to kind of get a sense of it. Now how we actually started is in this position, you're going to keep those hooked. You're going to untuck, come on over to where you're going to be. Bring the arms up by your ears. So you're looking down. You're going to come down into your chair pose position, that squat. I want you to reach out away from your lats or like reach the shoulders forward. Good work. So you're reaching from here. Now you're going to curl, bring the arms down, and you're going to curl up. So you're curling up, hunching, flipping fingers. Shoulders back, and slide your shoulders down the blades down. Good work. Let's just do this one more time. Don't go all the way over, just to here. I'm just going to go over just a little bit, just so you can really get that sense. Curl, hunch, good. Bend the elbows, just roll up. So fingers are up, shoulders are back, slide the shoulder blades down, and your hands are right at your heart. And once you come here then, really pull the thumbs, feel the activation. Good work. How about just one more? Knees are bent, untuck. Bring the arms up by your ears and hinge on over flat back. You're really reaching those shoulders forward. Here we go. We're going to curl and bend those arms down. We're going to hunch as we roll it up. Roll it up, elbows bend. Bring those fingers up. Shoulders slide back. Slide those shoulders down. Hands are at your heart. Pull the thumbs. You got it. Bring one foot in, bring the other foot in. Hands, stretch it up tall. Good work, Bear. Bend the knees, just flick. Nice work, you guys. So that is your Senior Fit Oil Well, okay? So it's really a nice curl and a stretch. Let's grab some water, and then we're going to do a few of the twist stretches. So these twist stretches, you know, the regular T-Tapp twist that we will do tomorrow is very challenging for a lot of people. And it's challenging, especially if you are very short torsoed or larger breasted. It's really kind of hard to roll down and really get that. We're going to do it, and you'll know how to do it. But what I want to say is just getting connected to just these different stretches will absolutely do just about the same thing. So you don't really have to worry about that roll down if you just can't quite get it. The stretches will absolutely help you control blood sugar. They will bring down your blood sugar pretty quickly, and they're really good at cinching you in. So let's go ahead. I'm going to give you 3 variations of this. All of them, though, really are very similar. There's just a little different arm positions, okay? You might find that you like one over the other. So go ahead first. Really important that the feet are 4 fingers and straight. So keep those heels out. You'll feel pigeon-toed. Get yourself in that nice position. Beautiful. Bending those knees. Tailbone is down. Ribs are up. Shift back. Good. And turn out at the hip. Good work. You can even squeeze the hip just gently or the tush. Press slightly forward so you really stabilize here. Let's go ahead and do a hand away and a hand away so you feel that. Chin tucks to the back. Lift from the top of the head. And give me a bear claw. Beautiful. All right, now, I want you to take those thumbs again. We're going to set up like we would for clapaways. So roll back, bend a little deeper, come right to here. Good. And again, we're thinking elbow forward, wrist is back. So I'm going to do this one. Here's what I want to tell you, because a couple of things. You want to do your best to keep your hips straight front, so you have your light bulb straight ahead, keeping both knees evenly bent, and trying not to lean. That's a lot of things, isn't it? All we're going to be doing is moving the shoulders. We're going to turn the shoulders so that they're straight to one side. So if you're going to the left with the shoulders, you're going to take that opposite hip and press it back. You're resisting with the opposite hip, okay? Here's another visual that works for me. See if it works for you. I visualize that there is a pole going straight down the center of my body, and I'm just rotating my shoulders on that pole. That visualization helps me not lean. So let's just give it a shot. You ready? So we're going to inhale first. Exhale, begin to turn. Keep the head right in alignment, kind of chin to chest. You're turning. You're resisting back with the opposite hip. You're looking at the back thumbs. And now just do some little pulses back. Resist each time with the opposite hip. Wow, you guys look great. Exhale, pull the belly in. Can you do that? Good work. Okay, and now slowly bring that back arm back to the front. So now we're back here like this. We're parallel to the floor. Excellent. So you're still bent. Make sure you keep those knees bent. Tailbone down, thigh bones out. Inhale, hunch, and bring those forearms up. See if you can keep it level here, not like this. So really level. Good. And now curl the body. Curl. Come on over. Drop those pinkies till they're at the side. Drop your head. Relax the tension. Then you're going to curl back up. Back in alignment here. And then drop so your forearms are parallel to the floor again. And then open back up. Look at where we are. That's just a nice release. So before we go to the other side, just check in one more time. Bending knees, tailbone, ribs are up, shifting back, thigh bones. Inhale, we're going to go to the other side. Exhale, you're going to turn. Again, resist back with that opposite. And you're coming around. And then little pulses back, exhaling each time, feel the belly. And every time you go back, think about resisting with the opposite hip. Knees out, knees out. That looks good. Beautiful. Look at the back thumb. Look at the back thumb, you guys. Back. That will keep that neck in alignment for you, and you'll get a better stretch. Good work. Take the back forward. Forward. We're back to here. Good work. Inhale, hunch. Curl it over. Dropping the head, relaxing the tension. Roll her back up. Good work. And open. And open. Beautiful. That's essentially it, okay? It's very simple, but it's powerful. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. Here's the next one we're going to do. We're going to bring one arm up, and the other arm is going to be on top. Now, the arm that's on top, That's the one that's going to push to that side. Okay, so just pay attention to which side you're going in, all right? The movement's the same, but what I do want you to do is, and you're about a thumb's width apart from here, elbows are up, beautiful. Bending knees, tailbone, thigh bones out. So first, inhale and hunch up. You ready? Inhale, hunch. So you're lifting. Now think, shoulders down, but keep the girls up. Whoop, ribs up, but your shoulders are down. So you're really tall here. Inhale, and on the exhale, here we go. Keep the back elbow up a little bit above the shoulder. You're resisting back with that opposite hip. Little pulses with the exhale. You guys look good. Keep resisting back. Trace, resist back with the opposite hip. Resist back with the opposite hip. You're like, look so good, but I think you'll get even more out of it if you can do that. Beautiful. Now I want you to come just to the sides for a second. So you're still there, resisting back, knees are forward, thigh bones are out. Right there, do another inhale and hunch. Now you're really lifting up, high, 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 getting space from rib to hip. Shoulders are down, but your ribs are still up, and pulse back again. Notice how much more you get, just a little bit more out of it. Beautiful. Let's bring it all the way back to the front. All the way back to the front. Nice. Flip the hands, jazz, and you're gonna reach down and back and release. So reach down, lift the heels and release. Just another nice way to get rid of the inflammation. Yes, and pump some lymph from that pec. Nice work, you guys. Let's go to the other side. Same thing, but now remember the other hand will be on top because it's pushing you to the other side. So checking in, bend the knees, tailbone, ribs is up, shift and back, thigh bones. Press to get those ribs up. So one more time, go ahead and inhale, hunch, stretch your thumbs. Good work. Shoulders back, shoulders down, lift the girls. Really use those lats, keeping those knees bent, tailbone, inhale one more time, and let's push over. So you're using the top hand to push. That back elbow is either level with the shoulder or slightly higher. The top hand is pushing to release. Push to release. Push to release. Give me two more. Keep resisting with the opposite hip. Really nice, you guys. Come back just to the side. Inhale, hunch one more time. Drop the shoulders, keep the ribs up, and a couple more pulses. See if you feel it even more on that hip. Nice, and come all the way back to the center. And flip and jazz and roll it back. Take it down, pull it back. Take it down, pull it back. Last one. Take it back, pull it back. Nice work. Last option for you. It'll look the same. Bend in the knees, tailbone, ribs is up, shift and back, thigh bones. This time, you're going to give me a hand in front and a bear claw. Really pull the knuckles back, stretch the thumbs. The other hand, elbow is down, and you're going to push fingertip to knuckle. So you're using it for leverage. So drop, yeah, everybody, good work. So you're dropping that arm that's pushing, and push to get the ribs up. I want to see, can you get activation there? Beautiful. Inhale. You ready? Exhale. You're pushing, using the front, pushing to the back elbow is back. Look at the back elbow. And once you get there, as far as you can, resist. Your eyeballs are there. Release a little. Inhale. And on the exhale, you're using the fingertip to push, release. Push, release. So in other words, you're not pulling. Can you lift your elbow higher, Jeanette? The back elbow, not the front, the back. That's it. Now drop the front. There. Now look at the back elbow as you do it. And little pulses. Yes, pulse back. Pulse back. Very nice, you guys. That looks really good. All right, and come all the way back to the front. All the way back to the front. And let's just jazz a few times. Here we go. Good work. Very nice. Nice alignment, you guys. All right, last part. Bend the knees, tail, ribs, shift, thighs. Bring it up. Fingertip to knuckle. Stretch it up. Good work. So this elbow is the back one. It's at least shoulder high or slightly higher. The front is down, okay? Inhale And on the exhale, you're pushing to come on back, resisting back with that hip. Push back as far as you can. Release, lift ribs more, and little pulses. So you're actually pushing with the finger to the, good work. Kathy, keep resisting back with that hip. Yeah, you feel the difference. I'm seeing a nice, much better twist. Good, good, good. It's just a little thing. Keep those knees out, Sharon. You're going to get even more. You're there, but maybe a tad more. Yes, beautiful. And come on back, you guys, all the way to the front. Nice. And jazz release. Jazz release. Jazz release. Guess what? You have now done it. You have 3 options for your oil wells and 3 for T-Tapp twist stretch. Woohoo! Take some water, shake everything out, and let's play. Whoever wants to ask a question or check form. That would be great. Who wants to start? Anybody? Lisa.
I will. When we were doing just doing the twist on the last 2 variations, it only happened on my right hand, but when I was twisting back, I was getting a numb, tingly sensation from about here all the way down into my thumb.
That's odd.
That's what I thought. I've never had that happen before.
Yep, can't explain that.
Okay.
Don't know. Well, usually what I find is, and it happens to me sometimes, so if this happened to any of you, if you could relate, not the same as what happened to Lisa, but sometimes, oh, there's a cute girl saying hi. Sweet. Sorry, just had to say it. Yes, so cute. When I go back on my one side, regardless if I'm here or this, sometimes I feel it up in my delt, which is this part. So if anybody was kind of feeling a naggy part there, if you are, Lori was, bring your arms out a little wider, Lori, and see if that helps, if you're finding it. That's what helps me, and it only happens sometimes and only on this one side. But if I get too close on that one, I can feel it up in here. So just take your arms a little further away and see if that helps you on that one. Yeah, excellent, very good. I just want to mention, and if somebody else has something they want to say, feel free to unmute, and we'll go with it. One of the things I want to mention is, and I'm really excited, Gina Bria joined in, and she's at the 12:30, and she is the head of the Hydration Foundation, which she and Teresa were really, really good friends, and she brought Gina to talk at one of our retreats about hydration of the fascia. So she's a big hydration expert, a big fascia expert, and she has such great information. So she and I are going to work together. We're going to put together some things for everybody. But she was just sharing a few things that I wanted to share with you guys too, because they were really powerful today. And one of them, well, a couple of them, we were talking about water. So, you know, when Teresa did Senior Fit, it was between like every 3 seconds, she was having to stop and take a water break. It was just so boring. We all hated it, right? But now I realize that part of the reason she did that was because what happens to hydrate your fascia if it's all bound up? So you drink a little and you move. You drink a little and you move. So in the moving takes the hydration and it basically allows it almost like a sponge. So we were closed up, especially when we're doing twisting, we get rid of the junk in the cells and then we open and we get nutrients and oxygen in there. So that's really, it's that drinking and micro movements that really help hydrate the fascia. But what she was talking to us about is that the body cannot absorb bottled water or water from a tap. It's been so processed, the body, it basically flushes right through you. So if you think you're just drinking tons of water and that's going to hydrate you, it really doesn't. But if you take your water and just put a tiny, like just a little dab of sea salt, not iodized salt, but that good Himalayan sea salt, a little tab of it, it actually gives it structure. And it has a charge to it, an electrical charge. And our bodies are electrical, right? We have a whole electric system. And that really helps hydrate. It also really helps feed your adrenal glands. So just a tad of sea salt in your water, especially first thing in the morning before you do this, a little bit of sea salt. You can even do it all day, okay? It's not gonna have you, not pee. It's not gonna dehydrate you. It does the opposite. The other thing that's really nice to do too is to have a little bit of a squeeze of a lemon or a lime or put some cucumber in it. The water from our fruits and veggies are structured. That also helps us absorb that, which helps you get a better hydration and more movement in the fascia. I thought those were really great suggestions. If you're not doing it, try that. And the other thing she was talking about is, when I showed you this lift and pull back and the lift and pull back. And she was so excited to see that. She's like, that's what we know. You should always, as women, we should always, every day, bring our arms above our heads if you can without pain right in your shoulders and do some of these lifted stretches. This really helps move the toxins out of the breast tissue, all of this. She's like, that is such a great micro movement. She was recommending it. She said she'll even do it if she's on the phone. She'll kind of put her hand up against a door and push back into that door, the hand on the door frame, right? So that you get that good pump. So just know that as women, we're in such a toxic society, and with the breast tissue is fatty tissue. And where do toxins get stored? In our fat. So we really want to be pumping those lymphatics and pumping out that breast tissue. So every day you want to do things like that. That's another great thing about oil wells when we're doing that. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And I will be doing some webinars and stuff with her because her information is just phenomenal. So much great stuff. All right, so that being said, who's next? Anybody? Sharon? Go ahead, Sharon.
Yeah, when we're doing the twist, when you were first talking about doing a twist, you were talking about when we were doing it like this, you were saying, keep everything straight like you're on a pole. But then you said turn your head. So I know with the T-Tapp twist, you turn your head.
Yes.
You were talking about keeping your spine in rotation.
Yes.
Doesn't it keep your spine in rotation better if you have your head straight?
No, because you want that right so watch me for a second. I think if you see me, it'll make a sense. Okay. If I keep my head here, now my neck is going one way and my shoulders are going the other. So if I go like this, that's all in alignment.
Right, but then you twist your head when you're over. I mean, you go like this, but then you look back to your elbow.
Well, sorry, I'll tell you what, in all honesty, you just want to keep that head in alignment and look back. Your eyeballs can look back.
Okay, so you don't want to move
You can, but I say it mostly because people, if I just tell you to look back, then I know you're at least turning your head back. Because everybody wants to go forward and look to see what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah. Right.
That was a great catch, actually. And you can turn it back a little bit more if you don't have neck issues. But I just turn my eyeballs to the back and try to keep my head in alignment.
And still try to keep straight. Okay.
Yeah.
The basic, Teresa said, look at your elbow.
Right.
So, okay. All right. Thank you.
Right. How did that feel to you? Good? Did you like those options? Could you feel it?
I loved it.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. And I love the idea of, especially when you're over to wherever, I'll just use this one. So here, I'm here and I'm like, okay, I'm good. But if I just go a little bit more back, I just got a little bit more twist. Can you see that? I mean, it's sort of subtle, but you can really feel it. So that's what I mean by resist back there as you're going the opposite way, you resist. So you really get even more. Yeah.
And that was very helpful to me. The resist, I could see it. I mean, it really helped me go further.
Good. Great.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad.
Thanks.
Good. Kathy, how are you with your knees? I was kind of watching you. Good? You okay? Beautiful. Okay, I'm loving that. All right, so no knee problems. Very good. All right. Teresa, how are you, babe? Yep. Are you? Oh, you're muted. Sorry, you can unmute.
Okay, I think I struggled the first arm. I don't remember what it was now, but the first arms that we did, those I found it easier to keep my hips forward.
Right.
Change the arms, that's where I found it was that I tended to shift more. The other arms didn't work for me as well.
See, that's why it's good to have options. Nice. Good. I thought you looked really nice. Keep the, and we know to keep the knees out, etc. Right, as we're going. Yeah, one way for some of us is just easier than others. Sometimes it depends if we're really track dominant and we're way up here. You're not going to feel it as well as if you can drop down. So sometimes that's why up here, I see everybody, just about all of us are hunched up. Even if I say drop, it's really hard to think drop to get the ribs up. You're using it for activation, you guys. So the more you can get those ribs up, the better. But it's the same thing over time. We then just start to lift those shoulders because the brain's so attached to those shoulders. That looks good though. Thought that looked really good. Nice. Good, Kathy. And you know, Kathy, I was looking at you. You can also play too with maybe bringing your legs out slightly wider because you have narrow hips too. No, not that wide. I'm talking about for the twist. You were just really close, which is what I told you to do. But you can also play a little wider. Just see how that feels.
Okay.
Yeah, just see how it feels to you. I'm interested. Nobody has a question about oil wells, huh?
Can I see your thumbs intertwined, how you're doing those up close?
Sure. I just hook and then fingers together and press. So my
your name's
thumbs are
right in the
hooked.
way. So can you? Okay, there you go. Yeah, your name's right by them.
Oh, sorry, I'll move over. Which way? This way, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
hooked and then together. Now,
Okay,
and
thanks.
sometimes she'll do that and put one on top of the other. That's okay. The reason I don't love that necessarily is because most of us are really one-handed dominant, and we'll tend to put that one on top and continue to overcompensate with that top one. So that's why I like all fingers together. And I'm always saying with this, pull those thumbs. When you're actually creating that pull, you're pulling equally left to right. And when you roll up, that's why I was saying, just watch that the roll up comes straight up the center of your body, right? Then flip, then shoulders back and down the center of your body. And you might notice if you have a lot of muscle imbalance that it'll go to, you'll find that one side will be pulling stronger to the one side. So you just try to rotate it. But yeah, good question. Thanks, Tam. All right, you guys, nothing else? Boop, 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 boop. Okay, well, heck, you guys were easy tonight. Beautiful. Nice work. All right, so I will see you tomorrow night. Gosh, Friday night, you guys will still be here at 8 though, right? T-Tapp twist, the full Monty, and a little bit of hoedowns. How's that? So we'll end with some fun there. All right, you guys. So I will see you again tomorrow then. And I'll have this recording up a little later tonight. And again, if you go in and can't get it, you just let me know and you'll have access, okay? It'll just take me a couple little clicks. All right. Bye, you guys. Thanks.
Bye.
Nice. Thank you.